Alright, picking up pretty much exactly where we left off. I believe I was pointing that way, now we're pointing this way. We're headed into these two houses. We're going to find ourselves a crashed airplane, two crashed airplanes, and we'll probably hopefully find out what happened to Erin's husband. Alright. Aha. Yeah, interestingly, you have to be within their detection range, otherwise it doesn't count. Ow. Yeah, those things sting, and that was at range. If he had actually gotten me, he probably would have taken out more of my health. You're thinking, oh, don't be cocky. Yeah, dude. Oh, for fuck's sake. Hey guys, over here. We've kind of hit the middle point. Technically, I guess you could consider this the beginning of Act 3. If you consider... Act 2 is relatively short. Oh, I forgot. Look, we have a skill point. I kind of forgot we had it. Alright, so we're in level 21. I think I already spent this and then I forgot to get it back. And we picked up grasping last time. Yeah, I had to reload because it didn't save, so. But you didn't miss anything. Just had to kill that Terminator again back at that Resistance, or Skynet outpost. I think there's a couple of bots in here, but that's about it. I don't think there are any... nope, I was wrong. There are a couple Terminators in here. Ow. Yeah, and this is kind of where the issues with the plasma minigun kind of shine through, so to speak. Yeah, that lack of sights meant I hit him only about 50% of the time, so I'm wasting ammunition, really. The good news is it shouldn't be too much longer before I have access to the violet plasma gun, and at that point it won't make any difference. And I do have one in my inventory. I'm actually going to go ahead and drop that. So, essentially, as soon as I get access to it, I'm going to start using it. One of the things they absolutely nailed with this was sound design. Except, I still got to complain about the explosions, because it's like one explosion effect, pitch shifted all over the map. But Terminators, plasma fire, gunfire, pretty much spot on. Somebody in the comments is going to say, yeah, but the M16 sounds like crap. There's a reason for that. And we'll get into that in a later series. Okay, let's see if I can avoid blowing myself up. Hey, Matt. I'd forgotten I'd gotten the explosive ones, which means I can deactivate these mines. They're not that hard to navigate through. Oh, oops. I don't want to come here just yet. That's actually the end of the level. That's what all these mines are for. We'll come back to this. Alright. There's a lot of just stuff laying around, and unfortunately, we've only got maybe a couple of roamers left, as far as bots are concerned, and a small outpost that we have to take care of. Okay. How do I get over there? They were kind of... Oh. It was almost not worth it. What's over here? Besides an ugly ass couch. Just the couch. Okay. I'm kind of glad I didn't get stuck with that little trip, because I would not have been surprised. There's a door there I want to check out. I think it's just locked. Nope. Oh, a little bit of ammunition. And of course the green boxes are pretty much all ballistic ammo, and I've got a bunch of small ammunition to sell now. Although that was some energy cells, so I can craft more plasma rounds. I'm probably going to lean into the crafting tree just because it does allow me access to the crafting...
That looks like the place Erin talked about.
Violet plasma cells. Yeesh. Let's see if I can do a little better with this thing. Too close. Much too close. You do rattle them a little bit when you shoot them in the face. So you get a couple of seconds of respite if you can just continuously nail them in the face with a high damage output weaponry. Shotgun, probably, but I'm not going to test it because I'm not suicidal. This is Erin's old house. Jesus Christ. Look at this place. Erin was loaded, and this is Hollywood. I think that's everybody. Oh, there's a turret down there. I'm gonna go ahead and hack it because I don't want to deal with his horse shit. And no, this wasn't the outpost I was mentioning. That's down the hill a ways by the objective marker. There we go. Almost feels like cheating. Yeah, we got a couple more missions to go, and then that's going to be the end, pretty much the end of it. For the main campaign, anyway. The DLC campaign Annihilation Line has a bit more going for it as far as narration is concerned, excuse me. It's kind of a mixed bag, like this whole game. I don't hate this game. I actually love this game. I know I've been kind of giving it shit for a couple videos now, but despite the aged graphics, despite the clearly hand animated models, the voice acting is great with a few exceptions. The storytelling is a little on the hacky side, so to speak. There's some story beats that are blatantly obvious. Let's go check upstairs. Or at least cliche as all hell. Sticky bomb. We now have a brick of C4 with a detonator on it. It's a time detonator. Don't get excited. What is this bathroom? Alright, here we go. Notebook. Dear Erin, unable to find you, so I'm leaving this letter here. I hope one day you will return home and find it. I do not want to leave any details as they may still be looking for us. I left instructions for you in my old locker. I hid it where I used to work before the war. Your loving husband, Peter.
Locker? Where would I find a locker nearby?
Maybe the tennis club. I don't know. I don't like the implications of that body in the tennis club then. Uh-oh. Well, take your bets, folks. In a story this bleak, what are the odds that that isn't Peter? Chocolate bar. And unopened, irradiated beer. Trade resources. Big Fallout, I think. Yeah. I still gotta buy that rocket launcher. And I'm sure there's someone out there going, well, if you hadn't bought all that ammo, you wouldn't have this problem. If I hadn't bought all that ammo, I would have run out by now. So we've got pretty much just this area right here to look at. Plus we have to make a trip back to the tennis club. I think there's a crate or something down here somewhere. Well,
that's the locker room.
Thank you, Jacob.
I hope it's not you, Peter.
Letter to Erin. Dear Erin, I'm leaving for Mexico. I hope that you're already there. In case you're not, I'm leaving some resources for your trip, hoping that you will join me there. I love you and want us to get back together. We ran away once, we can do it again. Your loving husband, Peter.
Poor Erin.
Well, shit. Yeah, that was pretty obvious, actually. He's the only still intact corpse in this level, so... Alright. So, we actually find ourselves with a couple of options at this point, story-wise. We can tell Erin the bad news, or we can lie to her face. So this is the outpost I was talking about. We have to get through here because on the other side of it is a plane crash, and inside that plane crash is a broken spider droid that we need to get access to Dr. Mack's bunker. Well, there we go. In order to complete this mission and continue the story. Phooey. Yeah. There we go. Now let's just wait for the turret and the Terminator to ruin each other's day. Oh, I'm detected, but he's shooting at the turret. And just to save ammo, I'm going to let those two duke it out. Because we know the turret's going to win at this point. Especially if he starts shooting at me. dumbass. The turret's seen better days, but the Terminator is toast. There's another one right there. So this is where things can get a little tricky because... Oh, there's a couple of these guys. Alright, cool. I don't know how well this turret... If I manage to hack this turret, I don't know how well they'll survive against a turret and 2 Terminators. But we're going to find out, because I'll be damned if I'm going to do it myself. Ah, crap. Really? You were just looking at him. Here we go. And I'm just gonna wait here. This whole thing blows over. Is he going after the other one? Yeah, he is. Go get him. Down. My turret's seen better days, but hey, that's not my problem. Oh, these are R95s. Interesting. Yeah, it doesn't seem like Skynet quite has the equipment to, the resources to equip all its Terminators with violet plasma. That will change in short order, I imagine. Interestingly, the bigger ones, the T-47s, I don't think actually, excuse me, HK-47s. T-47 is a tank. HK-47 will not get access to violet plasma weaponry. But don't quote me on that, because I'm not 100% sure, because I don't remember. So I just saved myself a bunch of ammunition and got away with murder, essentially. Oh, that looks like a spider bot.
I've got it.
Good job. I'm in my vault in one of the buildings up the street. Meet me there.
Yep, we've already been there. We know where we're going. Not the only one. Ah, well, a noisemaker would come in handy here. Screw it. That wasn't too bad. And that's pretty much the extent of the map. Now we just got to truck back over to Dr. Mack's lab. Oh, you know what? I've never encountered these before. That actually kind of makes me wonder if there's something over here in the corner. There's a door back to Erin's house. Can't see me shrugging. It doesn't really matter. I think that's just to surprise you if you come out of that door, that little side door in the wall. Now we have to waltz through those trip mines again and end the mission. And we get to meet that asshole Dr. Mack, according to Commander Baron. Yeah, no, we're going this way. And if you can look, if you're looking at the M16, you can see there's a reflective issue. It's artifacting the reflection with the lighting real bad.
This is it.
I'm in. Alright, let's go to the old shelter. That's one hell of a door, by the way. Dr. Mack has proven himself to be erratic and manipulative, but Connor claims that he has the knowledge that will help us use Skynet's newest plasma rifles. I only hope he's doing the right thing by trusting him. Connor, not... Yeah.
I know it looks tempting, but please do not destroy that plasma container. It powers this whole laboratory.
Neat. This guy looks familiar. Kind of.
Sorry for making you run around like that. But because of the recent increase in Terminator patrols, I couldn't get to that spider scout myself. Can I see it? Thank you. I have a gift as a token of my appreciation. While you were out looking for my spider scout, I used some leftover parts to make a new radio for you. I've been picking up your signal for a while now, and I imagine that Skynet has as well. So, I've made it harder to decipher. You won't have to worry about them eavesdropping.
You've been listening, so you know why I'm here.
Yes. Now, let me see that gun. What a beauty. I've got to tell you, if Skynet wasn't so gung-ho about killing everything... What's interesting about it is that the matter inside is far more condensed. That way, it releases more energy on discharge, dealing much more damage. And also, its plasma blast is violent, so that's different.
Can you bypass the encryption lockout so we can use it? Alvin couldn't.
Alvin couldn't bypass an egg timer if his life depended on it. I'll do it, but it's not that simple. First, you'll have to bring me Skynet's latest security codes.
Security codes?
They will allow us to access Skynet's mainframe. But they change them regularly, so I need you to connect to any HK unit and download the newest security codes. To do that, you'll need my code reader. When I was excused from the shelter, they made me leave all my equipment behind. Alvin should have my code reader.
Okay, is that everything?
As far as the security codes go, yes.
Then I'm moving out.
Actually, I've got a question about that infiltrator that you have there. Is it intact? Or more specifically, its neural net CPU? I've been hacking Skynet's units and I'm noticing similarities in their patterns. I think I'm ready to reprogram the CPU from that infiltrator. It's more powerful than any other.
Should I ask Baron about that too?
No, she can't know about it. She would not approve. I know how this sounds, but you need to steal it for me.
What?
I'm the only one that can reprogram that chip. For some reason, Skynet has started to learn at a geometric rate. We need to prepare ourselves for whatever's coming, and I believe that having an infiltrator on our side will give us the advantage. Just think about it.
Commander,
Rivers, what's the status?
Mack's alive. He will help us, but he needs a device he left at the shelter.
All right, we can do that. Report to me when you get back.
Over and out.
Okay, let's unpack that a little bit. Mack is a dick. He's arrogant, he's obnoxious. But he's right most of the time, which is kind of the problem. Is he's right about Alvin for certain. Alvin's kind of a whiny little turd, and like you said, he couldn't program his way out of a night timer. So yeah, we have an option. Do we steal the neural net CPU and give it to Mack so that he can reprogram it and put it into an infiltrator and possibly send it back in time? I don't know where that came from. Or do we tell Baron about it and get him killed? And thankfully, we don't have to wander back through that all that Hollywood Hills crap. We just go straight to the shelter. If we want Dr. Mack to help us, we'll need to get him his Skynet's new security codes. The only way to get them is by connecting to any HK unit with a code reader, a special device that Dr. Mack left at the shelter.
I have to say, you're doing quite well without my help. What are you doing here? You have to get the ones you care about to leave the shelter. They'll be in great danger if you don't do what I say. But remember, Jacob, that has to stay between us. Why? Because things need to play out the way they're supposed to, that's why. I have been here from the beginning. Each of your friends already knows the reason they need to leave. You just have to remind them.
That's not 100% true. There's one person we will have to get essentially fired. But if you can't tell, this is the voice actor for Jacob Rivers. Pitch shifting is doing a Batman voice. That's it. So yeah, this is literally Jacob talking to himself.
Can I tell Commander Barron? No, she won't allow it. Then she will start to question you and keep you away from your missions. That cannot happen. Who the hell are you? That I can't tell you. It could change the choices that you make in the future, and we can't have that. So whatever happens, you can't know my identity. Not yet, at least.
This must have been a really weird line reading.
Do you know anything about a CPU that Mack wants me to steal? I do. If hacked, we could take over an infiltrator. Dr. Mack is capable of doing that. I'm not so sure if Alvin can. I think you should steal it. I think I'm more confused than I was before. Just stay focused. We'll see each other soon.
And since, this is an interesting piece of, not trivia. I want to say this is an interesting detail. So once you get access to the plasma minigun, these go from being regular miniguns to plasma miniguns, which is kind of a neat little detail. So yeah, we need to talk to Baron, get our next mission, and tell her
Quiet's good.
what's going on. And then we need to steal some shit from Alvin. And considering he kind of lives in the lab, we kind of have to figure out how we're going to do that. It's not hard.
Rivers, DN 46890.
Float through the door there.
Welcome back, Sergeant.
There's Ryan. He didn't have anything to say to us. And I said I was going to clean out my inventory.
Do you need anything?
And pick up a rocket launcher.
Can I see your hardware?
We think we have just enough to pick up a rocket launcher, but we got to get rid of some of this stuff, including the shotgun. Nope, don't do that. And all those shotgun shells. Yep. And since I already have the ammo for it, I'm going to go ahead and pick up the laser-guided rocket launcher. Yep, thank you. It's a little harder to use than the regular one, and we don't need that anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and sell that. We're going to hold on to those items, and I'm going to get rid of these because we pretty much will never have the opportunity to use them again. Excuse me, I have the hiccups this morning. Aha! This is what I was really looking for. These are the extremely expensive purple chips, and we'll get a couple of these off enemies, but I'm actually going to go through here and just burn all our non-yellow chips. That should give us enough cash to pick up the other two that I want, because remember, you can only have 3. Let's see. Clip size, yes, and not quite enough, but I don't need that. And I definitely don't need those two. There we go. And at this point I don't need that either. So we're just going to grab that. Buy. Good. Okay. Accept. We're broke again. It doesn't matter. We can exit, and then we're going to go right in, and we're going to change the upgrade chips on these. Like I said, these are circuitless, so you can just do whatever you want with them. And so now this thing is a ridiculously well-armed, up-damaged minigun that does stupid damage. It's just not purple yet. Yep, what did it? And we need to tell Erin what's going on.
Hey, Jacob. Did you see Jennifer on your way here?
Isn't she here?
She hasn't come back yet, but I'm sure she's fine. About Hollywood Hills. How did it go?
I've been to Hollywood Hills and found your old house.
Did you?
So this is the choice we have to make. Do we tell him her husband's dead and Erin will stay in the shelter, or do we lie and tell her that her husband's in Mexico? We have the letter to prove it. And, of course, the stranger said we have to get everybody out of the shelter because something's going to happen. I wonder what will be.
Your husband left for Mexico.
What are you talking about?
I found this letter in your house. It's from Peter. It says that he's heading there to look for you.
He couldn't find me when I was right under his nose. How's he gonna find me in Mexico? What a sweet fool.
You should go look for him.
You're right. I have to find him before he hurts himself. Baron's not gonna like that, but she never scared me. Thank you for finding him for me, Jacob.
We are going to be depriving the resistance of one of its primary medical professionals, but I think it's for the best, honestly. Got a note here. Research log, Dr. Alvin Scott. After careful analysis, I've come to the conclusion that under a microscope, the infiltrator's skin is indistinguishable from that of a human epidermis. They have approximately the same amount of nerve endings as humans, the skin is covered with hair follicles, and sweat glands are functional. For all intents and purposes, the Terminator's skin could be categorized as living tissue. It is advised that we learn more about how the skin reacts to various forms of stimuli. Perhaps the results could provide us with an idea of how to distinguish between Terminators and humans. What is even more impressive is its cardiovascular system, or should I say the vascular system. Considering the infiltrators do not possess an organic heart, the pumping of the blood is carried out by a mechanical circulatory system, which is also responsible for filtering the blood. The cell count is nearly identical to that of humans. The blood is a form of biofluid and should be handled with care. It is imperative that we avoid contaminating the sample. So, a little bit of information on how the skin works. We don't need him. He's seen better days. He's better looking than the way we left him. I'm just gonna grab
Don't
this.
touch that. That's how things get lost.
I need to figure out a way to get Alvin out of the office. Maybe we can talk him out.
Hey, Alvin.
Could you keep it down? I'm working with highly sensitive instruments here. I don't want to recalibrate them every time you say, hey. Anyways, I'm busy. Come back later.
Now, he needs absolute silence, and he won't talk to us. Wait a minute.
God, I believe the machines are more civilized than us.
Oh, let's see how... nope, that's Erin. Oh, Patrick is out with...
Have you heard that Dr. Mack is
Jessica,
still alive?
Jennifer.
If I ever get my hands on him, I swear to God.
So, Laura and Mark, the two kind of tertiary survivors who were at the shelter with us, have officially bailed out. They're gone. They're gone together. Isn't that sweet? Aw. Alright, let's go talk to Baron. Nice couch sitting.
Huh, you're back. How was Hollywood Hills?
crawling with Terminators.
And what about Mack? How's he? Is he compliant?
Fine, but he needs Skynet security codes if we want him to reprogram that plasma rifle.
Fair enough. Talk to Alvin about that.
Okay, I will.
Did Mack say anything else?
No, that's all he said.
Okay. Talk to Alvin about those security codes and then come back to my quarters. I'll tell them to let you in. And one more thing, talk to Ryan. That buggy's been sitting there broken for too long. See if something's going on. I've got a suspicion that he's hiding something from me.
Interesting. I'm gonna do a quick crawl through the vents because why not? And there's stuff in here. And then we're gonna go figure out what's going on with Ryan. Neat. Now there's another vent system, but this leads us right out into the base.
You know what? I'm actually jealous of Mack. He's out there alone. No one's bothering him. If I had those working conditions, I would be just as successful as him.
He told me that I'll need some sort of a device to download Skynet security codes from an HK. Do you have it?
Yes, about that. Do you remember that day in downtown? I do. It was very traumatic. And because of that, I may have forgotten to bring back some things.
Including that device.
And the quantum battery which powers it. You won't be able to use it without it.
So I guess I'm off downtown.
Yes, you do that.
Yeah, I'm starting to think, even if I didn't believe Mack the first time, now I'm starting to think Alvin's a complete idiot.
Hey, Jacob, what's happening?
Baron wanted me to ask about that buggy. Is there a problem?
Yeah, she's been nagging me to fix the electronics in this piece of shit for a while now. Do you think you could help me with it?
Why are you asking me? You're the mechanic.
Listen, I'm good with tools. You give me a car with a gasoline engine, I'll make it run. But this electronic shit, I don't know anything about that. Hell, most of my life, I lived without electricity.
Why not tell her?
She won't let me cherry-pick my own responsibilities, you know that. She'll throw me right out of here if she finds out. That's why I need your help. Quartermaster will give you all the parts, tell you what to do. Just think about it.
So remember how I said we had to get somebody fired? Yeah. Ryan's gonna be mad, but we want to save his own ass.
I'm here to pick up parts for that buggy.
Wasn't Ryan supposed to take care of that? Baron specifically asked me to keep an eye on it. Can he really fix it himself?
Ryan gets fired.
No, he's been lying so that Baron would let him stay.
She knew something was up all along. I'm going to report it, you know?
I know.
But it's for his own good. Uh-oh.
What the fuck, Rivers? What you think would happen, huh? Baron's kicking me out. That what you wanted? I'm a dead man.
I think he's gone a little soft on us. Yeah. Nope, wrong way. Next one. So I purposely didn't explore the shelter because there's not a whole lot going on here. There are a couple of vents you can wander through, and actually there's a whole other section that we have actually been locked out of. The only reason I'm doing now is because it's got some resources that we can use. Lockpicks, chemical compounds, mostly crafting crap. Plus, I don't know if you remember, but the first time we got in here, way back in episode 5, Alvin had lost something. Yep, he lost a spider drone. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of faith in Alvin at this point. There's a whole other section of the base, but we're going to skip it because we'll see more of it later. We'll definitely see more of it later. but we have a level. We have a skill point to spend. So we've kind of powered through. We've only got one, maybe 3 more levels. I'm just going to go ahead and grab crafting level 4. We've only got a couple more missions to do, and we need to go talk to Baron in her chambers. But we've got this whole other base.
I forgot. What was I supposed to bring? You know what? You're lucky. No one will ever mistake you for a machine. What do you mean?
He's calling you dumb. So yeah, this is the back half.
Those look like 5s to you? Ryan.
Commander's waiting for you.
Well, here goes nothing.
Commander.
Welcome to the luxury part of the shelter.
Okay, so fun fact. If you just go through talk to Baron, you miss this whole room because it becomes locked as soon as you leave. A rose for Jessica. I just got back from Pasadena. I found something special, something I thought I'd never see again, a wild rose. It was the brightest red with prickly green thorns. Can you even imagine something growing and living in that wasteland? It made me realize that this earth still produce such beauties. I didn't want to pick it because it was so precious. It made me think of you, beautiful and wild. I want you to see it. It'll remind you of our reason for fighting, because sometimes I feel that you forget. When you come back from your mission, find me. I'll take you there. Love, Perry. So we now know Commander Baron's first name. So we have a Jennifer and a Jessica. You wonder why I get them confused. And some level 2 health kits, which are going to be very useful in the near future.
Oh, I fucking hate living underground. But hopefully we won't have to much longer. Thanks to people like us, this war will end soon. You proved that you'll do whatever it takes, no matter the cost. And so will I. Don't think your efforts go unnoticed. You know, I killed a man long before I killed my first machine. And was hurt by a man long before a machine's hurt me. Apart from plasma burns, I've got man-made scars underneath these tattoos. And I'll never forget. On the good days, they don't hurt. And I feel like this world is worth fighting for. On the bad days, they make me want to quit. Give up and run like everyone else. But we're so close. Skynet's almost finished. So you can understand I can't run. I need your help, Jacob. I need you to get rid of Mack. He's unpredictable. He sabotaged our mission and killed our men before. I cannot let it happen again. I need you to kill him as soon as he reprograms that rifle. You look shocked. But I think I can find a way to persuade you. If you're into it, that is.
So, yeah, a couple of things. First of all, the commander of South Division is now prepared to trade murder for sex. Sex for murder? You get the idea. Yeah, that's kind of gross, kind of sleazy, and considering her attitude towards us from the beginning, this is kind of a left turn at the traffic lights. So, this really does kind of come out of left field. Second of all, who's your tattoo artist? Because, Jesus. And third, if you'll notice, and you've probably been staring, if you haven't been staring at her tits, she's got a rose above her heart. And I wonder who that's for. I'm going to select yes just because it gets us the good ending, good quote-unquote ending, but I will be pausing the video for the nookie. If you don't see anything, but I'm not tempting the sensors. Okay.
I am.